Hello, everyone, and welcome to all of you here and all of you at home. My name is Lori Tritel, and I make my living in the voiceover business, and I have for over 20 years. First of all, I want to thank you for being here, for showing up, and for participating in the success of your own career. There are so many ingredients to being successful in the voiceover business, and we're going to cover several of them today. The most important ingredient that I've found is continuing to believe in yourself. And fortunately, this business provides us with ample opportunity to practice. Because it is a business where rejection comes with the territory, right? It's part of it. And in my opinion, and in my experience, the most challenging part of it. So staying positive is crucial. It's huge. Negativity will leak into your read. Desperation will leak into your read. So if you go into an audition thinking, oh God, I really need this job. Oh my God, I hope they like me. I hope they like my voice. Please like my voice. Or I need this money so bad. If you go into the audition thinking that, it will bleed into your read. Because whatever you are feeling behind the mic is what we, the listener, will also feel. So what's going on inside is coming out here. So it's really important that you are clear, that you decide what you're going to do before you get behind the mic. What feelings do you want to communicate? What feelings does the script communicate? What went on between the advertising agency and the client in that meeting that resulted in the script that you're about to read? What did they talk about? What were the copy points? What were the feelings that they wanted to communicate? That's your job. Your job is to interpret that and evaluate that before you open your mouth to read the script. Your biggest enemy is the guy who sits on top of your head and bullies you and criticizes you and judges you while you're reading. That's your biggest enemy. If you're listening to him or her while you're reading, whether it's animation, promo, commercial, whatever, if you're listening to that while you're reading, you're not in the zone. You need to be in the zone to be competitive. You need to be able to get rid of that voice. We all have it. All of us, all the time, right? But we need to be able to get rid of it. How do you do that? I think the best way is to have a plan. How do you gently say to him, you can go now, I got this, right? So you want to have a plan. You don't want to phone in the words. You have a map. So you kind of have an idea where you're going commercially. Animation is a little different. I mean, I think you still have to have a map, but in commercial it's a little more obvious that you need a map. You need to know where the copy points are, where the sentence balancing is, whether you're going to use periods or commas, whether you agree with the periods or commas. All sorts of stuff. So you need to understand what you're talking about, why you're saying it, and where in the script you're going to use the tools that I will teach you today. So, let's do it. First victim.
Okay. Buckle, baby.
All right, Chris. I'll be right here if you need me.
Thank God.
Okay. All right. Why don't you read it through the first just with your own instincts?
Once upon a time, there was a bottle of juice. It was a nice bottle, and just about every day at breakfast, people poured themselves a glass. It was squeezed out of a fruit called an orange, and everyone thought they were getting really healthy whenever they drank it. But then one day, something happened. They discovered another bottle of juice called Palmberry juice from Organics Today. They looked at the label and thought, wow, this has tons of antioxidants, twice the vitamin C as OJ, and it has the good stuff that OJ doesn't have at all, like omegas for heart health and vitamin B12 for energy. All those nutrients made it a no-brainer. So they bought it, they drank it, they loved it, and everyone lived happily and healthily ever after. As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you to turn this script over. Uh-oh. Oh my God, what's happening?
I love the clip.
What is this script about in your own words? Why don't you tell us?
It's about Palmberry organic juice, and it is selling the points of the Palmberry juice over OJ in a story-like setting, so that it's not super offensive to OJ drinkers.
Okay. All right, but what are some of the feelings that you think they're trying to communicate here?
I think they want to communicate that...
They or you?
Me,
Right.
as the... So...
What are you trying to communicate? What do you want me to feel when you're talking to me?
That this is going to be the best juice of your life, and that it's going to be so tasty and so delicious and better than OJ.
And is it gonna make me healthy?
It's going to make you healthy because it's a healthier choice than OJ, because it has omegas and something else. I forgot.
I think it's B12.
B12, yes.
Right, for what?
Energy.
That's right.
Omegas for heart health and B12 for
Okay, so the point is that you should be able to read a script and then turn it over and be able to kind of say in your own words what it's about before you audition. To be able to say, you know, this is such a cool drink, Chris. It's called Palmberry juice, and this company called Organics Today makes it, and it's really cool. So you probably drink orange juice, right? Well, I did too until I discovered this stuff. It's so good. And not only that, but it's really healthy for you because it has more omegas and it's got B12 in it, and you can get it at any supermarket. So these are the things that you want to be able, and you make it conversational, and because it's that kind of a script. And know what you are saying and why you're saying it and who you're talking to. And that's one of the ways that you can connect to the words very quickly. Is just put the script in your own words for a second. It doesn't even have to be something that's exactly on the script, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's one tool that, for those of you at home, can write down. Turn the script over after you've read it a few times and just say it in your own words. It's going to help you connect to the words better. There's a lot of people who have great voices, and there's a lot of great actors. So one of the ways that we can make our read more competitive is to really understand what we're saying and why we're saying it. So this is a tool that you can use. Turn the script over and talk about it. Okay, so turn the script back over and give me line number 1.
Once upon a time, there was a bottle of juice. It was a nice bottle, and just about every day at breakfast, people poured themselves a glass.
Good. Number 2.
It was squeezed out of a fruit called an orange, and everyone thought they were getting really healthy whenever they drank it.
Let's go back to number 2. So here's another tool that I will repeat these tools throughout this class. The question-answer tool. And this is a perfect place to use it. So your last line was, in just about every day at breakfast, people poured themselves a glass. So if I said to you, well, where did the juice come from? Well, Chris, they poured themselves a glass, but where did the juice come from? Then you answer me with line number 2.
It was squeezed out of a fruit called an orange, and everyone thought they were getting really healthy whenever they drank it.
All right, great. And then number 3.
But then one day, something happened.
Wait, you just phoned that in. You went, but then one day something happened. But then one day something happened. Let's give it a little bit more anticipation going on there.
But then one day, something happened.
What happened?
They discovered another bottle of juice called Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Okay, go back and give me that again.
But then one day, something happened.
What happened?
They discovered another bottle of juice called Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Great, okay. And so what did they do?
They looked at the label and thought, wow, this has tons of antioxidants, twice the vitamin C as OJ, and it has good stuff that OJ doesn't have at all, like omegas for heart health and vitamin B12 for energy.
So then what'd they do?
All those nutrients made it a no-brainer. So they bought it, they drank it, they loved it, and everyone lived happily and healthily ever after.
So what should I do about this fantastic news?
As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Great. Give me line number 6 again.
As for you, well, you can discover the nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you.
What's it called again?
Organics Today Palmberry juice. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Great. All right, great. So it got better, didn't it, in this last part? Why? Because he started to connect to the words. That's really important. You know, that when you connect to the words, then you start to come out in the read. And nobody can do you but you. But we need to understand what we're saying. We cannot just read the words because anybody can do that. Okay? That was really good. So I want to go back to number 6 again. So far we've done turn the script over. We've done the question and answer exercise, which is very helpful with a lot of scripts, where you ask the question and the script is the answer. That also helps you to connect to the words. So let's go back to number 6. As for you,
well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you.
okay, great. So that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That is a mouthful. Welcome to the world of scripts. It happens all the time. If you feel like it's a mouthful, the listener will also feel like, what? That was a lot of words. So we have to figure that out. We can't do that line and pretend like there's not something wrong with it. Because the listener knows there's something going on there. As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich. Oh, I wonder why they put that in there. Do you think it might have been a planned decision? Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Organics Today Palmberry juice. So you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice. What's happening right now is it's all flatlining there. You can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. And it's just all one note. We need to lift up the product name.
Okay.
Another tool.
As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
That was better. Well, a little awkward in the pacing, but it definitely was better. You did what I asked you to do, but now let's work on the pacing. Let's figure out how we can make this sentence work. As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself.
Okay.
Then I would put a comma right after that.
As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Very nice. Van Nuys, Van Nuys, Van Nuys. Okay, really great. So what we did was we lifted the product name. We made sure that we're just flatlining on a sentence, right? Just giving the words a string of words, and they mean nothing to us. And look for those signs in the script of places where they purposely put something in. Nutrient-rich, vitamin B12, omega-3s. These are all purposely. During the meeting, the client said, we want that information in our commercial. And it usually is in every commercial you read. There's something in there that you know went on in the meeting. All right, so let's do it one more time, and then we're going to move on. One more time, and tell me a story.
As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Let's put a period after Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Okay.
Yeah, so it ends.
Is it okay to go down on the today, or should it come up?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because it's ending.
It is.
Okay.
I want you to say the end.
The end. As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Very nice. Now from the top to the bottom, all right? So the only other thing that I'm going to say, maybe, is I want it to have a start, a middle, and an end. So we're going to kind of start it in storytelling, and then you get really excited and enthusiastic, and then you kind of bring it back down again. So it has a bottom, a middle, and an end.
Great.
Okay.
Easier said than done.
No, you're doing great.
Once upon a time, there was a bottle of juice. It was a nice bottle, and just about every day at breakfast, people poured themselves a glass. It was squeezed out of a fruit called an orange, and everyone thought they were getting really healthy whenever they drank it. But then one day, something happened. They discovered another bottle of juice called Palmberry juice from Organics Today. They looked at the label and thought, wow, this has tons of antioxidants, twice the vitamin C of OJ, and it has the good stuff that OJ doesn't have at all, like omegas for heart health and vitamin B12 for energy. And all those nutrients made it a no-brainer. So they bought it, they drank it, they loved it, and everyone lived happily and healthily ever after. As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Good. We're going to do it one more time because I felt like you peaked towards the end instead of in the middle.
Okay.
So, but then something happened. They discovered another bottle of juice called Palmberry juice from Organics Today. They looked at the label and thought, that's where you get bigger. Wow!
Okay.
You know? And I mean, don't go crazy on me. It doesn't have to get necessarily louder to get more enthusiastic. That's important. It doesn't have to get louder to get more enthusiastic. So I just want to switch where you got more enthusiastic.
Okay.
And we're just going to do it one more time. I would like for you to start a little bit quieter. A little bit.
Okay.
25% less volume, please.
Once upon a time, there was a bottle of juice. And it was a nice bottle. And just about every day at breakfast, people poured themselves a glass. It was squeezed out of a fruit called an orange, and everyone thought they were getting really healthy whenever they drank it. But then one day, something happened. They discovered another bottle of juice called Palmberry juice from Organics Today. They looked at the label and thought, wow, this has tons of antioxidants, twice the vitamin C as OJ, and it has the good stuff that OJ doesn't have at all, like omegas for heart health and vitamin B12 for energy. All those nutrients made it a no-brainer. So they bought it, they drank it, they loved it, and everyone lived happily and healthily ever after. As for you, well, you can discover nutrient-rich Organics Today Palmberry juice for yourself at a supermarket near you. Palmberry juice from Organics Today.
Great. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good job, Chris. All right. So the importance of being able to take notes when you're being directed, or having notes on your script before you get up to read in pencil. Please make sure that the notes that you write on your script, whether it's from you or the director, are in pencil, because you might have to erase them and do something else. So it's very important. All right. Who's next? Satye? All right, Satye. Okay. So let's hear your first take on this.
Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there! Which kept me from being able to finish even one stop, quit it, knock it off sentence. And that was keeping me from being the kind of mom, would you please stop this instant, I want to be. But thanks to new kids' laptop lunches from KFC, I'm well on my way to recovery. Providing my kids with laptop lunches, not on the couch, gives them a complete meal with real chicken and a side dish, applesauce, a fruit snack, and a drink for just $3.99. Jen, John, Jamie, whatever your name is, stop! And because laptop lunches come with fun cranium puzzles and games, I get the added bonus of 14 and a half minutes to focus on my because I said so progress. And while I'm not 100% cured, I am feeding my kids hunger and imagination. Your brother's arm doesn't bend like that. KFC's new laptop lunches. The square meal in a fun box.
All right, good job. Very good job. Let's turn the script over. What's it about? Who are you?
I'm a mom with 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
John, Jamie, Jenny. Whatever.
Okay, all right. So 3 kids is kind of important to me right now. I'm gonna write that down, 3.
3 kids, meaning that very busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would really appreciate something that would allow me to have 14 and a half minutes to myself.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you a nice person?
Yes. I
Really
love my kids.
trying hard to be a nice person,
Really
right?
trying hard to be nice and not yell all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I need more of that.
Okay.
I need more of that. You're really trying hard to be nice. I want more of a switch between the two things. More of a smile when you get...
Okay.
Like she could just, you know, okay. That kind of a thing.
Okay.
All right? So a little bit more manic. And then the 3 kids, she has 3 kids. As in terms of the way you read it, they were all right there.
Uh-huh.
I would like to maybe have them in a few different places, not all in the same place.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I think that'll make a difference too.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm ready to hear it again. Did you bring the script to me?
Yeah.
Well, I just have to find it. There it is. Okay.
Okay. Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there! Which kept me from being able to finish even one. Stop! Quit it! Knock it off!
Great. Okay, so I'm going to stop you a few times before we go on. Okay. One of the challenges with this script is that if we're not careful, the volume's going to be all the same. Or kind of in the middle to loud. So what I'd really like to do with this script is have some volume changes. So let's start out with just a normal sound, and maybe in the beginning, she's a little bit embarrassed.
Okay.
And she really doesn't want the camera to know that she's trying to, you know, get your finger out there.
Okay.
So instead of yelling it right away, maybe that's something that she gets to rather than that she starts off with right away.
Okay.
So a little bit embarrassed by her condition.
Okay. Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there. Which kept me from being able to finish even one. Stop! Quit it! Knock it off! Sentence. And that was keeping me from being the kind of mom. Would you please stop this instant? I want to be. But thanks to new kids' laptop lunches from KFC, I'm well on my way to recovery. Providing my kids with laptop lunches, not on the couch, gives them a complete meal with real chicken and a side dish, applesauce, a fruit snack, and a drink for just $3.99. Jen, John, Jamie, whatever your name is, stop. And because laptop lunches come with fun cranium puzzles and games, I get the added bonus of 14 and a half minutes to focus on my because I said so progress. And while I'm not 100% cured, I am feeding my kids hunger and imagination. Your brother's arm doesn't bend like that. KFC's new laptop lunches. The square meal in a fun box.
All right, good. All right. So I really like that read. I want to take it from the maybe pile to the yes pile. So, right, when casting directors are listening back to all the auditions, they're going, yes, maybe, no. Yes, maybe, no. So that brings me to another point, which is that really the first few lines in a script are the most important. Because if they don't like the first 3 lines, they're probably not going to listen to the rest of it. So don't save your best for last, because they may not get to it. So we really want to really take a bite out of those first few lines in terms of the feeling that we want to communicate. So I love what you're doing. I'm going to push you a little bit further now. And I want it to be really like, she's embarrassed, but I really want these changes to be obvious. Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there. Which kept me from being able to finish even one. And you're allowed to make it a little bit more real.
Okay.
Build it, and again, we want a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it's got to arc and then come out. Okay? Okay.
Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there.
I'm going to stop you because there's something I want you to do. I want you to do this on condition. Condition.
Okay.
Okay. And now you may continue.
Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there. Which kept me from being able to finish even one stop, quit it, knock it off sentence. And that was keeping me from being the kind of mom, would you please stop this instant? I want to be. But thanks to new kids' laptop lunches from KFC, I'm well on my way to recovery. Providing my kids with laptop lunches, not on the couch, gives them a complete meal with real chicken and a side dish, applesauce, a fruit snack, and a drink for just $3.99. Jen, John, Jamie, whatever your name is, stop! And because laptop lunches come with fun cranium puzzles and games, I get the added bonus of 14 and a half minutes to focus on my because I said so progress. And while I'm not 100% cured, I am feeding my kids hunger and imagination. Your brother's arm doesn't bend like that. KFC's new laptop lunches. The square meal in a fun box.
Great. Great. Very good. And you got some laughs at the end when you really made that commitment. And I loved that you did some sound effects in here, like, oh, which I think really work for this script. And maybe what gets you the job is that you decided to take a chance and give yourself permission to say, ugh. I mean, give yourself permission. If you feel like doing that, do it. If it's just a short little thing, it's like a half a second or a quarter of a second. It could get you the job, right? Do you want to try it one more time with some more sound effects? And I love the manicness of it. So really good.
Keep that.
Yeah, keep that.
Ever since I became a mom, I've been afflicted with this condition. Get your finger out of there. Which kept me from being able to finish even one stop, quit it, knock it off. God, sentence. And that was keeping me from being the kind of mom, would you please stop this instant? I want to be. But thanks to new kids' laptop lunches from KFC, I am well on my way to recovery. Providing my kids with laptop lunches, not on the couch, gives them a complete meal with real chicken and a side dish, applesauce, a fruit snack, and a drink for just $3.99. Jen, John, wow, whatever your name is, stop! And because laptop lunches come with fun cranium puzzles and games, I get the added bonus of 14 and a half minutes to focus on my because I said so progress. And while I'm not 100% cured, I am feeding my kids hunger and imagination. Your brother's arm doesn't bend like that. Please. KFC's new laptop lunches. The square meal in a fun box.
Really good. Really, really good. Thank you. That was really good, Sachi. All right. Who's next? Great. All right, Vanessa. All right, so
Just Perfect brand deli meats understands the challenges you face raising a family in today's complex world. That's why we've introduced a new brand of all-natural deli meats, Just Perfect All Natural. And because their great taste is made with only natural ingredients, you can avoid awkward conversations with your children like, what does yellow number 6 taste like? And am I made of nitrates? Even questions only a few people in the world can answer, such as, what exactly are artificial ingredients made from, are easily avoided because Just Perfect All Natural leaves out anything unnatural. So you and your family can rest easy knowing that trans fats and added sugars aren't worrying your children like monsters under their beds. Next time you're at the deli counter, ask for one of the delicious Just Perfect All Natural flavors. We left out all the artificial ingredients and awkward conversations to make room for great taste. Just Perfect All Natural. Secret ingredient? Nature.
all right. Yeah, because that's how you want the listener to feel.
Yep.
All right, turn that sucker over.
Okay.
What's this about?
It's about this mother who wants to. No, it's not about a mother.
Can we not make it in the third person?
Sure.
You are the one who's talking to me right now.
So, I created this brand of food.
Tell me about it as if
Okay.
you're more connected to it than that.
Okay. I did not want to put anything unnatural or bad in my body, so I decided to go out and find a brand of food that is all natural,
Great.
so I know where it came from.
Right. And because this makes you feel so good, you would like to share it
Yes.
with me
And your
and the
children.
people at home. So good. All right, good. Which brings me to another tool, which you always want to ask yourself, oh, who am I in this script? Am I the owner of the company? Do I work for the company? Am I a customer of the company?
I think I work for the company.
Yeah. Because you say in number 2, that's why we introduced. Okay. So you work for the company, you use the product, right?
Yeah.
So, so let's go to number 1.
Okay. Just Perfect brand deli meats understands the challenges you face raising a family in today's complex world.
Great. Okay. So what did you do about it?
That's why we introduced a new brand of all-natural deli meats.
What's it called?
Just Perfect All Natural. And because their great taste is made with only natural ingredients, you can avoid conversations with your children like, what does yellow number 6 taste like? And am I made of nitrates? Even questions only a few people in the world can answer, such as, what exactly are artificial ingredients made from? Are easily avoided because Just Perfect All Natural leaves out anything unnatural.
So what can I do about it?
So you and your family can rest easy knowing that trans fats and added sugars aren't worrying your children like monsters under their beds.
Got a breath issue there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a very long
How
sentence.
did I know that? How did I know you had a breath issue? How did we know?
I don't know.
We could hear it. So if we can hear it, so can someone else. Which means, basically, you better work that out before you audition. Work it out in rehearsal. Don't let it happen when you're reading the script for an audition. Work it out in rehearsal. So let's work it out right now. Give me the line again.
So you and your family can rest easy knowing that trans fats and added sugars aren't worrying your children like monsters under their beds.
All right. So we've got to balance the sentence. We've got to balance it and maybe look for some sentences within that sentence. So let's work it out together.
Okay.
So you and your family can rest easy. That's a sentence, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's put a little comma after that. There isn't one on the script, but we're going to give ourselves permission to put it in. Try it now.
So you and your family can rest easy, knowing that trans fats and added sugars aren't worrying your children like monsters under their beds.
Perfect. We fixed it. And it was just a little comma. that may have gotten you the job. Because if you read it the other way, you or anybody else, with a breath issue, you're not getting the job. I don't think. You might. But the chances are that you won't, if you're running out of breath with their words. There's a good chance this is overwritten. There's a good chance that a lot of people will run out of breath on that line. But what we're counting on is that people aren't going to take the time to correct it before they audition, so that they go in the no pile. And we take the time to correct it so that we go in the yes pile. Good. So let's go to 3, 4, and 5. I want those to move a little bit quicker.
Okay. What does yellow number 6 taste like? And am I made of nitrates? Even questions only few people in the world can answer, such as, what exactly are artificial ingredients made from? Are easily avoided because just perfect, all natural leaves out anything unnatural.
Great. Okay. Where's the sentence within the sentence there?
For number 5?
7.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yes, number 5.
Okay. Well, there is what exactly are artificial ingredients made from? And then...
Just perfect, all natural leaves out anything unnatural. All right, so give me number 3, 4, and 5 again.
What does yellow number 6 taste like? And am I made of nitrates? Even questions only few people in the world can answer, such as, what exactly are artificial ingredients made from? Are easily avoided because just perfect, all natural leaves out anything unnatural.
Great. Number 6.
So you and your family can rest easy, knowing that trans fats and added sugars aren't worrying your children like monsters under their beds.
Great. So what should I do?
Next time you're at the deli counter, ask for one of the delicious, just perfect, all-natural flavors. We left out all of the artificial ingredients and awkward conversations to make room for great taste. Just perfect, all-natural. Secret ingredient, nature.
Great. Let's go back to number 7 again, because there was a breath problem again. So next time you're at the deli counter, ask for one of the delicious. So I would say there's a sentence right there, the delicious, just perfect, all-natural flavors.
Okay.
Ask for one of the delicious, just perfect, all-natural flavors. So ask for one of the becomes kind of secondary in that sentence. Ask for one of the delicious, right? You make sense? Okay. So try that again. Number 7.
Next time you're at the deli counter, ask for the delicious, just perfect, all-natural flavors. We left out the artificial ingredients and awkward conversations to make room for great taste.
Great. Give me that. We left out
all the artificial ingredients and awkward conversations to make room for great taste.
Good. Better. What's it called again?
Just perfect, all natural. Secret ingredient, nature.
Love the way you said nature. Would have liked it better on secret. Okay. Because that is called an onomatopoeia, which the definition is forming a word to imitate its intended meaning. Very, very crucial in voiceover. Like words like secret, or boom, or relax. So saying the word of its intended meaning. And this, I use that tool all the time in voiceover. And you don't have to use it every time, but if you can use it, because it will definitely help to make your read more competitive. All right, so let's go back to number 8.
Okay. Just perfect, all natural. Secret ingredient? Nature.
Great, but it's got to be appropriate to the rest of the way you read it. So, right? So you don't want to change your voice just to change it.
Okay.
You did what I asked you, and if that was just a tagline, that might have worked great. But you used kind of a little bit of a different voice. So we're going to go back to the top. We're going to do the whole thing, very conversational, using the question-answer exercise. We put some commas in here. We picked up a little bit in 3, 4, and 5, just a little bit of the pacing in lines 3, 4, and 5. And then we added an onomatopoeia at the end. And let's see what happens.
Just Perfect Brand Deli Meats understands the challenges you face raising a family in today's complex world. That's why we introduced a new brand of all-natural deli meats, Just Perfect All Natural. And because their great taste is made with only natural ingredients, you can avoid awkward conversations with your children like, what does yellow number 6 taste like? And am I made of nitrates? Even questions only a few people in the world can answer, such as, what exactly are artificial ingredients made from? Are easily avoided because Just Perfect All Natural leaves out anything unnatural. So you and your family can rest easy, knowing the trans fats and added sugars aren't worrying your children like monsters under their beds. Next time you're at the deli counter, ask for one of the delicious Just Perfect all-natural flavors. We left out all the artificial ingredients and awkward conversations to make room for great taste. Just Perfect all-natural. Secret ingredient, nature.
Really nice, Vanessa. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. You would have definitely gone into that yes pile. Good job. And we liked her, right? As the listener. Sometimes I like to close my eyes and just listen without the visual part of it. And it worked for me. Very nice. Let's have a guy coming up. All right, Dan. What you got there?
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yes. All right. So let's hear your first instinct on this.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million. Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted healthcare insurance company, we're uniquely suited for the job. See, our network of hospitals and doctors is second to none, so we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes. The result? High-quality healthcare, not just for our members, but for everyone in Michigan. Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Great. Okay, let's just stick with that for
Yeah.
right now. Turn the script over. That one little last look. It's okay though. It's not a test.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a test, but it's. Do you know what this is about? What is this about? This script?
It's about our healthcare company and the people that we take care of, specifically the people of Michigan, and our qualifications for doing so. We have the best doctors, we have the best facilities, so we're suited for the job of taking care of a lot of people.
And how does that affect me as a listener? How do I feel by knowing this information?
Taken care of. You're taken care of by us. Safe.
Great. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear you say. That your delivery, your intention of your delivery is to make sure that whatever is in your voice, I'm going to feel safe, cared for. Knowing that now, turn it over and read it to me again.
Okay. We take care of a big family of over 4 million. Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted healthcare insurance company, we're uniquely suited for the job. See, our network of hospitals and doctors is second to none. So we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes. The result? High quality healthcare, not just for our members, but for everyone in Michigan. Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Okay, all right. So, I feel like your approach to this is a little too casual. Okay? And so my job is to help you or anyone else out there who normally reads for very casual things, and you probably go up for younger things too, with the sound of your voice. But my job is to help you broaden your spectrum, so that when you get a script like this, and they're asking, the specs aren't on here, but they were asking for anywhere from 30 to 50. So I think you kind of fall into that category, right? I mean, obviously not 50, but in closer to 30, right? So, of course you want the opportunity to do this job. But the read that you gave was a very hip kind of, read, and with a little bit of cockiness in it, which is perfect for some other products, but not this one.
Not for healthcare.
No.
Yeah.
So my job is to help you find that guy in you that's going to pull this off, because you can do it. All right. So you're the first student I'm standing up for.
Oh, ready.
All right, are we good? All right, so I want you to picture, first of all, let's talk about this because we haven't talked about it before, whether the commercial is TV or radio. Generally, a TV spot there's going to be a more understated read to a television spot, because there are already pictures. We don't have to create them. So it's generally more understated, and if you listen to the luxury national network spots, they're generally quieter, slower, no hard sell. Obviously, there are a lot of exceptions to that rule, but listen, and you'll start to hear those luxury spots, 50% volume usually, or healthcare spots, kind of 50% volume. They're not in your face. They're very quiet. Because who are they talking to? They're talking to you sitting on the couch. You're by yourself or with your family on the couch. You're not talking to billions of people. You're talking to one person. And that microphone that's in front of you is like an ear. So did Michael talk about that? Okay. So I'm going to talk about it too, because it's that important. It's an ear. It's right here. So you don't have to talk loud. If I talk to you like this in your ear, it's going to, right? But if I do this and I kind of caress it with my voice, that's going to work for you. And you're really just talking to one person anyway, that person who's watching TV. So let's go back to this now. We know that it's a television spot. In radio, we have to create the pictures with our voice. So it's a much more usually energetic read, more animated read. But in television, it's a little bit quieter, a little bit more laid back, and that's what we're doing here. So now I want you to picture that there's a camera on a family. Mom, dad, sister, brother. And we take care of a big family. Maybe there's 5 kids, because it says a big family. And then the camera starts to pan out, and we see that there's thousands of people, not just one big family. So give me that line again, now that you understand what the picture might be.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million.
Great, okay. Hold on, I'm thinking. We take care of a big family of over 4 million. All right, do it again, 50% volume, please.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million.
Quieter.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million.
Money, money ticket.
I don't even know what I'm
Money,
doing. I don't even know. I've been on what
You
it
got
sounds like, yeah.
you got really quiet. It wasn't a whisper, but I could see everybody was nodding in here, like, oh yeah, okay. So try it again, nice and quiet.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million.
Keep going.
Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted healthcare insurance company, we're uniquely suited for the job.
Great. Let's go back. I feel like you're rushing me
Yeah.
there. Like you don't really give a. You
Yeah.
don't really care about these words. All right. Fortunately, as Michigan's what?
Largest and most trusted healthcare insurance
Thank
company,
you.
we're uniquely suited for the job.
All right. Great. So what went on in the meeting?
See,
What did the client say that made the writer go, well, we better write this?
that we're the top. They wanted to know that we're the
There's some
we're the best.
competition here.
Yeah.
And they, so they're trying to get your business.
And we're different than any other company.
Largest and most trusted health. And don't pretend like you don't see that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're uniquely suited for the job. Okay, so now give me number 3. Why are you suited for the job?
See, our network of hospitals and doctors is second to none. So we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes.
Great. Now I can see your hand, and your hand is down here, and I see it, and it's like wanting to come up, and your other hand is like, no, don't come up, right? Okay. Let it come up.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, man, let the hand come up.
Cool.
Okay. Let's try it again from the top.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million. Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted health insurance company, we're uniquely suited for the job. See, our network of hospitals and doctors is second to none. So we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes. The result? High quality healthcare, not just for our members, but for everyone in Michigan. Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Really nice. Getting very nice. You still sound a little bit young for me.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on that. Sometimes it's not so much the sound of your voice, but the attitude that you bring to the read. Okay? So let's bring a more sophisticated attitude to the read. All right? You lost me, though, on line number 3. That is a long sentence, right? So give it to me again, line number 3.
So we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes. The result, high quality healthcare, not just for our members, but for everyone in Michigan. Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Right, okay, great. But just so you know, you went, sure, we're a big family.
Yeah.
Like who? I don't know. Sure, well, whatever. If you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, don't.
Yeah.
So be very careful about that.
Yeah.
Because that's coming into your read. Do you like health insurance?
Personally,
Right.
I haven't had to deal with it much in my life so far, thankfully. So
Okay.
I'm kind of like, it's that adult thing.
Oh,
Yeah. I know I have it, but I'm like, just because I'm supposed to have it.
Yeah, it's just that audition that I could book for, that national network spot that I could book, but this is where the acting comes in.
Yes.
All right? This is where you got to put on your big boy underwear and get back here and read this like an older guy, like you're older. Because I want the agents to be able to see you not just in one place,
Right.
but and be able to see you going into these other areas. Healthcare, lots of auditions in healthcare. Right? Uncross your arms. All right. So I also now want you to look at some of the nouns in this script. We take care of a big family of over 4 million. Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted health insurance company. Do you see what I'm... Go lift it up just a little bit. Especially at the end of the sentence, kiddo.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million. Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted health insurance company, we're uniquely suited for the job. See, our network of hospitals and doctors is second to none. So we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes. The result? High quality healthcare. Not just for our members, but for everyone in Michigan. Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Great. Okay, great. Now I want you to do one more time, and we're going to soften the voice, and I want to hear that first line with a little bit more air. What do you think? Take a big breath and just give me the first line. Let some more air out.
Like just on...
As you're reading.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million.
See, because there's this thing in your voice, right?
We take care of a big family. Okay.
So what I'd like for you to do is have a little, I feel like you're holding back the air a little bit when you're talking instead of letting some of it out.
Right.
So give that right. So you just said right the way that I want you to say the whole line. A little bit more air coming out with that sound.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million.
Okay, so now you sound a little tired. All right. So can you put a little bit more happiness and energy and pride into this?
Yes.
All right, great. Okay. So I want to know: would you be talking to someone with your hands behind your back?
No.
This is direction for everyone.
We take care of a big family of over 4 million. Fortunately, as Michigan's largest and most trusted health insurance company, we're uniquely suited for the job. See, our network of hospitals and doctors is second to none, so we get to work every day with the best minds in healthcare to help create the best practices and improve outcomes. The result? High quality healthcare, not just for our members, but for everyone in Michigan. Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Great. Give me the last line again with a little bit more hope and pride. Sure, we're a big family.
Sure, we're a big family, but our extended family, it's much bigger.
Great. Good job. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Very good. Yay, bravo, bravo, bravo. All right, Ashley. Yeah, this is great.
Is the thing that we do? Let's see everybody do this.
Yes, so that it is eye level.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because otherwise, the music stand, it's very important where the music stand is. The music stand needs to be somewhere near your eyes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your head's going to be bobbing if you're looking down and then up at the mic. So we fold this over the top to raise it up to a little bit higher to eye level.
So there you are, about to enjoy your very first bottle of purely mint, pure and simple mint water, made with real mint. You take a sip. Right away, the mint on your tongue explodes your mind for a moment. Not a sweetener in sight. You take another sip. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where's this stuff been all your life? You're moving into life-changing waters now, where the world appears slightly more shiny and sparkly around the edges. After all, mint has been known to heighten the senses. Your next sip brings with it some of those, I never thought of that ideas, and wait, I didn't need that job anyway sort of perspectives. The last sip, where most remarkably, you discover you're not thirsty anymore. Purely mint. There's a new person in every bottle.
Very nice. Very nice. Great voice. Everyone in this class has such great voices. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go a little bit faster.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
In commercial, time is sometimes very important. It's 30 seconds or 60 seconds or 45 seconds or 15 seconds. Time is important. However, I want to stress that just because you get it in time does not mean you're going to get the job. Never sacrifice the acting just to get it in time. It's a very important rule to remember. Because if you lose the acting, you're not getting the job. Okay? The chances are many times that a script is overwritten. So if you come in 2 or 3 seconds over, and no matter what you do, it just sounds rushed, if you come in any less than that, then just come in at 3 seconds over on your audition and let them take out a few words at the job. Okay? So, but in this case, I do want you to go a little bit faster, just because I think it's going to keep our interest more.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to line number 1.
Okay.
Only.
Okay. So there you are, about to enjoy your very first bottle of purely mint, pure and simple mint water, made with real mint. You take a sip.
Great. Okay. So now I want you to set this up for me a little bit better.
Okay.
So there you are.
Okay.
About, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
give me that kind of a feeling to
Okay,
it.
sure. So there you are, about to enjoy your very first bottle of purely mint, pure and simple mint water, made with real mint. You take a sip.
Okay. Go back. Do it again.
Okay. So there you are, about to enjoy your very first bottle of purely mint, pure and simple mint water, made with real mint. You take a sip.
Okay. What happens?
Right away, the mint on your tongue explodes your mind for a moment. Not a sweetener in sight. You take another sip.
Okay. Great. So let's go back to the word explodes.
Okay.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You think? All right. So let's try it.
Okay.
Say it and go for it.
Right away, the mint on your tongue explodes your mind for a moment. Not a sweetener in sight. You take another sip.
Great. Onomatopoeias on this one.
Yeah. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where has this stuff been all your life?
Great. So, but we're going to change, that was great. But we need to change the pacing on that because
Okay.
it was all the same. A sense of calm flows through your body. A sense of calm flows through your body and emanates. So it's got to, in commercial voiceover and in animation, you want to think of some stretching some words and putting together others. It cannot be quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, ba 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 ba. It cannot be that way. You've got to make sure that there is pacing, variety in your read. Okay? Yeah. So try that line again. A sense of calm.
Okay, yeah. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where's this stuff been all your life?
Great. Do it again. Do more with the word emanates. But other than that, I loved it.
Okay. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where has this stuff been all your life?
Right. I had a speed bump on where's this stuff been all your life? Where's this stuff been all your life? I mean, go for it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in other words, you get to have fun.
Okay. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where's this stuff been all your life?
Great. Love it. You just got my attention. All right, so now we move to number 4.
You're moving into life-changing waters now, where the world appears slightly more shiny and sparkly around the edges. After all, mint has been known to heighten the senses. Your next sip? And then that's the next line. Oh, keep going?
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Your next sip.
Your next sip brings with it...
Great.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Your next sip brings with it some of those, I never thought of that ideas, and wait, I didn't need that job anyway sort of perspectives. Last sip, where most remarkably you discover you're not thirsty anymore. Purely mint. There's a new person in every bottle.
Great. Okay, great. Got a little bit cocky on the product.
Okay, yeah.
So you want to be careful about that. Be careful about getting arrogant or cocky on the product name.
Yeah.
So I would back up. You weren't. It wasn't over the top.
Sure.
But it was bordering on that. Okay. Like there's a new. You know, it was just there was a little bit of I don't know who was coming through there, but Mae West or somebody. I don't know. But somebody was coming through in this.
Okay.
So a little bit cuter.
Okay.
And you can do that so well. Okay. So Let's try that. Let's mix the cute with the cocky and see what happens.
Okay.
All right, and let's go to the top.
Okay. So there you are. No.
No, see,
I'd like to.
right, because if you start here,
Yeah.
where are you going to go from there?
Yeah.
Right? If I start with the energy like this, so there you are.
Yeah.
If I start with that kind of energy, where am I going to be by the middle of this script? I'm going to be over here, which is not something that I want to listen to in my car. Right? So be careful where you start. You have to know that you have a starting point. It's going to come up, and then it's going to finish, right? So that's another reason why we want to set it up.
Yeah.
So here you are. So there you are, about to enjoy. So then you have somewhere to go. Make sense? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you are, about to enjoy your very first bottle of Purely Mint, pure and simple mint water, made with real mint. You take a sip. Right away, the mint on your tongue explodes your mind for a moment, not a sweetener in sight. You take another sip. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where has this stuff been all your life? You're moving into life-changing waters now, where the world appears slightly more shiny and sparkly around the edges. After all, mint has been known to heighten the senses. Your next sip brings with it some of those, I never thought of that ideas, and wait, I didn't need that job anyway sort of perspectives. Last sip, where most remarkably, you discover you're not thirsty anymore. Purely Mint. There's a new person in every bottle.
Good. All right. I want to talk about whether when you're not thirsty anymore is a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a great thing.
Okay, well, you're saying it like you're a brat. You're not thirsty anymore. Where you discover you're not thirsty anymore, so there. Instead of where you discover you're not thirsty anymore.
Yeah, it's a great
like,
thing.
wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you're a little bratty.
Oh, no.
All right, so again, whatever's going on inside is coming out, right? So, and I know that's a very strong character in you. You probably would do very well with a bratty characters or video game characters with like that kind of start with, oh, really? You know, that type of a, oh, I'm sorry, did you think you weren't going to get hurt in this? You know, those kind of video game characters. You would be perfect for that. And she's coming out and she's bullying you a little bit in this read. Okay. So and you probably didn't even know that, huh?
No.
Yeah. See, she's living inside of you. Ooh, woof. Yeah. Definitely living inside of you. And she's going to make you a lot of money, which is great. But for right now, she doesn't belong here.
Okay.
So, boom, boom, bye. Tell her to leave.
Okay.
She's not allowed at this party.
Okay.
Please be sweet.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Try it one more time. Be sweet. All of this is a good thing.
Yeah.
So there you are. Set it up more like you're in front of a campfire and you're talking to children.
Okay.
You're like, ooh.
Okay.
Not a scary story, though.
Yeah. Okay. So there you are, about to enjoy your very first bottle of Purely Mint, pure and simple mint water made with real mint. You take a sip. Right away, the mint on your tongue explodes your mind for a moment, not a sweetener in sight. You take another sip. A sense of calm flows down your throat and emanates through your body. Where has this stuff been all your life? You're moving into life-changing waters now, where the world appears slightly more shiny and sparkly around the edges. After all, mint has been known to heighten the senses. Your next sip brings with it some of those, I never thought of that ideas, and wait, I didn't need that job anyway sort of perspectives. Last sip, where most remarkably, you discover you're not thirsty anymore. Purely Mint. There's a new person in every bottle.
Really nice. Really great. Great job. Way to work it out, Ashley.
Cool.
Good job. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dan.
Okay, so this is Dan Adams for Lexus. It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky. It adapts to unseen things from behind. It adapts to the unknown object around the It adapts to the unknown object around the next corner. But it's not a person. It's not an animal. It's not even alive. It is, however, aware of everything. The Lexus RX 250, with over 100 available sensors that adapt to a constantly changing environment, so you don't have to. The RX activates rain-sensing windshield wipers, turns on the rearview backup camera when you shift into reverse. Turns on the rearview back...
Slow down.
Turns on the rearview turns on the rearview backup camera when you shift into reverse. Even rotates its headlamp 15 degrees to improve visibility on winding roads. But even more impressively, it adapts to you. The Lexus RX 250. See your Lexus dealer or visit lexus.com.
Great, okay. All right, so do you read much for this kind of stuff?
A little, yeah.
Because you have a voice, I believe, that could pull this off.
Okay.
You know, you have a deep voice. So we're going to take this step by step here, because I feel like there's some discomfort in reading this type of a spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So first of all, and by the way, guys, this direction is obviously for all of you. And the tools that I'm giving you are not necessarily tools that you have to use every time in every script. But they will be tools that you'll use often. Okay, so one of the things that I want to talk to you about is how you're standing. Okay, because you're kind of like, you've got one foot behind and your hands were kind of, and you were kind of like this, okay? So let's stand a little bit taller in front of the mic here, right? So right away you get behind the mic, you take your power, you empower yourself by doing that. Okay, unless you're doing animation and it's another character that stands a different way. But in commercial, and especially in a spot like this, which is about having control, right? So nothing bad happens to you. We're going to stand like that. Good, excellent, all right. So that's number one. Now, number two, is this TV or radio?
I think it would be TV.
Very-
Because it seems that it's presenting something that an imagery is.
Right, it's either TV or, in this case, I think it is radio, but there are sound effects going on. The SFX stands for sound effects. And so the sound effects on the second line, on the first line, you say it adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky, and then what happens? What do we hear?
It's a loud thunderclap followed by heavy rain sounds.
Okay, and then what's the next line?
It adapts to unseen things from behind, and then sound effects of children playing on the street.
Don't want to hit a kid. Next line.
It adapts to the unknown object around the next dark corner.
And why are they saying that line? What's happening?
A car is whooshing along a road.
Right, okay. And then what?
Then it's not a person, it's not an animal, it's not even alive. It is, however, aware of everything.
Interesting. What is it then?
It is the Lexus RX 250.
Great, okay, all right. So let's go back to the top now. And I want to talk to you about some sentence balancing, which is another tool that we haven't talked about yet today. I want to talk about now. So if you put your hands up in the air like this, and this just kind of helps me, it adapts. I'm going to balance the sentence after adapts. Okay. It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to, don't, oh, and it's a pen.
I didn't have a pencil.
All right, but I may change that now.
Okay.
You're going to be screwed because you already put that line right there. All right, so we put the balance after adapts. It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky. But what if I put it after elements? So it adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky. Kind of changed it a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. I'm just saying that when you look at a sentence, look at where you might be able to balance it, especially if you're having a breath problem in that sentence, which you're not in this case. Why don't you try that? In line number 2, let's balance it after the word adapts.
It adapts to unseen things from behind.
Great. Let's put it after things.
It adapts to unseen things from behind.
Nice, right? Kind of gave it a little bit, it brought the picture closer to us, didn't it? And then number 3, where are you going to put the...
I would say after the object.
All right, let's
'cause
try it.
It adapts to the unknown object around the next dark corner.
Great. Let's put it after adapts.
It adapts to the unknown. It adapts to the unknown object around the next dark corner.
Good. Take your time with this line. It adapts. Instead of it adapts,
Yeah.
take your time.
It adapts to the unknown object around the next dark corner.
Now, what if we put the balance in 3 places? What if we put it after adapts and object?
Okay.
Or 2 places, rather.
It adapts to the unknown object around the next dark corner.
Ooh. Okay. Great. Now I'm starting to trust you. Now I'm starting to think, I think he knows what he's talking about. But when you come in with, it adapts to the unknown, I'm not buying it from you. You need to be the person that I'm going to buy this from, right? So I need to trust you. I need to feel like you know what you're talking about. You've been around. And I'm starting to feel that way now. Okay. So, number 4.
But it's not a person. It's not an animal. It's not even alive. It is, however, aware of everything.
Let's go back and let's balance that sentence. It is, however, aware of everything. You balanced it after however.
Yep.
Let's balance it after of. I'm just going to throw a side curveball at you.
So I'll start from the top on that?
Okay.
Okay. But it's not a person. It's not an animal. It's not even alive. It is, however, aware.
That's fine. Go ahead.
It is, however, aware of everything.
Oh, okay. I threw your brain for a
Yeah.
loop there a little bit, right? So this is an exercise that you can do at home, and a very important one, because what it does is it trains your brain to think in ways that it's not really used to. So we want to balance the sentence in different places, even places that it's not natural, just to wake up that part of your brain. So you could say, it is, however, aware of everything. It is, however, aware of everything. That's obviously wrong, right? But your brain starts to wake up. Oh, you want me to do this? Oh, okay. But that takes practice. Nothing worse than getting a job or being directed at an audition and not being able to execute the direction that you're being given because you're stuck in a rut. Whether it's because of an accent that you're doing or a way that you've rehearsed it for the last week and a half. And then somebody says, can you do it a little different? And you can't. And then what happens? You fall apart behind the mic. And everybody feels bad, including you. And you leave feeling terrible. One of the ways that I know a student is ready is when they can execute the direction that I am giving them like that. That I can change the direction, move it here, move it there, and they're able to just move like that. And one of the exercises that will help you to accomplish that, just one of the exercises, is this sentence balancing, where you switch around the way that you say the sentence. And also, again, it brings us back to the beginning of this class, which is it helps you to connect to the words. Okay. So one of the things that I'm feeling from your read is that you're rushing me. You have this deep, resonant voice, but when you talk too fast, you're diminishing the power that you could have. Okay? So we're going to do this again, and I want you to slow down. Give me line number 1.
It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky.
Great. Do it again. And it was garbled, so
Okay.
every word needs to take time to pronounce it, and this is direction for you only. Those of you at home, if you have a trouble with garbling or speaking too fast, this would be a good exercise for you. It's not a good exercise for everyone. It doesn't apply to everyone. So, again, take time.
It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky.
To, not to uncontrollable elements from the sky. I want you to talk to me like I don't speak English.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Very important for you.
It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky.
Slower.
It adapts.
Take your time on it.
Okay.
It adapts, not it adapts. You're saying some of these words like they're one word. It adapts is not one word, it's two. Say it like it's two words.
It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky.
Try it again with every word.
Okay.
So really, that should be your only intention right now.
Okay. It adapts to uncontrollable elements from the sky.
Success. Number 2.
It adapts to unseen things from behind.
Be careful, don't let that bully come in. You're running the show now.
It adapts to unseen things from behind. It adapts to the unknown object around the next dark corner. But it's not a person. It's not an animal. It's not even alive. It is, however, aware of everything. The Lexus RX 250, with over 100 available sensors that adapt to a constantly changing environment, so you don't have to. The RX activates rain-sensing windshield wipers, turns on the rear-view backup camera when you shift into reverse, even rotates its headlamp 15 degrees to improve the visibility on winding roads. But even more impressively, it adapts to you. The Lexus RX 250. See your Lexus dealer or visit lexus.com.
Very nice. Very nice. It got better when he slowed down, right? When we understood. How did that feel? Was that hard for you?
I go a million miles a minute with my words, so it does.
So that sounded much better.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have the same thing going, which is that kind of, there's no air coming out of your voice. So I want to talk about that as well. I want to talk a little bit about breathing. And that was a great read, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Great. But let's talk a little bit about that, because I kind of like to picture the voice as is, here's the voice, and then the air kind of comes in, and they kind of meet in the middle. And then sometimes there are spots where you're going to have a little bit more air. There's more air coming in. And then sometimes there's going to be spots where you're not going to have as much air at all. And there's going to be very little air coming in, which is what you're doing right now. There's no air at all. It's just right here. I don't know how you guys are breathing. I can't figure out how you're still standing and you're still alive. Okay, so you definitely need some work in becoming more aware of the air. I've never said that before. Okay. All right. So what and this is very simple, and those of you who sing will understand this, but it's just filling up the diaphragm with air, okay? And so you want to make sure that your chest is already up, because the one thing that you don't want to do is do this, where you just lift the chest. You want to keep the chest up already and breathe. I like to breathe through the mouth because you get more air that way. Okay? So in voiceover, breathe through your mouth, not the nose, and fill up your diaphragm with air, and then make a hissing sound coming out. Are you making a sound?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. And you make it last as long as you can. Okay? So that's one of the ways that you can really start become aware of sound. And when you're reading a spot, and especially these two here, when you're reading the spot, you want to make sure that there is some air coming out. It might be nerves. I'm not sure what it is. but it's definitely, it's appearing in front of the mic. Okay, so I would like to see you get more control over that and become more aware and maybe do some breathing exercises for that. The hissing one, very good also when you're running out of air, because this regulates the air from coming out all at one time. And a lot of times in voiceover, we're going to kind of blow our wad in the first half of the sentence and we have nothing left for the last half and we run out of air. So the hissing exercise really is very beneficial. Okay, thank you so much. Good job. So I had a great time today. I hope that you did too. And I look forward to seeing you again. I just want to review a little bit of what we've done in this class. So in case you didn't have a chance to write it down the first time, you can do it now. We talked about sentence balancing, which means holding up your hands, or you don't have to, it just is a good tool for me to use, and changing where you're going to balance the sentence. And waking up your brain and learning how to say a sentence in different ways. It's another way of connecting to the words. Also, we talked about turning over the copy. And once you've read it through a few times, turn it over and say it in your own words. Also knowing, am I the owner of the company? Do I work for the company? Or am I a customer of the company? Or a friend of a customer of the company? Who are you in this spot and who are you talking to? We talked about lifting the nouns a little bit. Looking at some of the nouns in a piece of copy will sometimes give you a clue as to what it's about. We also talked about 50% volume, which is a very interesting tool to use, because as I go down in my volume, you tend to want to listen to me a little bit more. So at 50% volume, I would definitely be working the mic a little bit more. But it definitely is a tool that I use often. We talked about another tool that we use often, which is the onomatopoeias. So what the word is how you say it. Boom! Or calming, or sparkly around the edges. Okay? We talked about the breathing exercises, and breath obviously is an extremely important part of voiceover. I don't deal with it a lot in my classes because I want you to sound conversational. But because a lot of times there are sentences that are super long, and we need to figure out how to say them in a way that doesn't sound like we're running out of breath. So breathing is extremely important, and that hissing exercise of filling up the diaphragm and for as long as you can out is a great way of strengthening your breath. And then we also talked about this guy. This guy that comes in and decides that he or she knows best. And how to get rid of him, which is to have a plan, to have a map. Make some notes on your script in pencil. Because the director may not agree with your notes. But to get rid of this guy, so that when you're behind the mic, you can do what you want to do and you give yourself permission to do that. Stand like you own this space. This is yours. This is your chance to book the job. And I hope you do. Good luck, and I'll see you soon.